Hello everybody, welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to another Gypsy how-to video part 3. I thought I would be done after 4 videos with this little series I'm starting, but you know what? It looks like I'm not, because there's a lot to do, because on this help button, on your help button, it doesn't really include like the newer updates that were done to the Gypsies, so it will be a few more. And also, I've been getting a lot of questions, so I decided to go ahead on my very last video that I do in this series. In this series, I will go ahead and have like a Q&A. So pretty much what I'll do is I'll gather up every single person's question, and I will go ahead and I will answer it in a video. Now, if you ask me a question like regarding sizing, that part is coming up. So the questions that come through, and if I know I already answered it, I won't answer those, because I'll know that it already got answered in one of the previous videos. But the ones that I haven't answered in a video as of yet, I will include those at the end. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so anyways, for today's video, we will be covering, we're back on our menu page, and remember, we get to this, this is our help page, and we get to this page using our menu button, which is the silver button off to the right. Today's video, we will be covering, let's see, the inches, the X and Y button, width and height, and the aspect ratio link. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What we are going to do, what I went ahead and I placed a heart from the George cartridge. I have it sized at 3 inches, and I'm going to use this for my example for you to explain these the following features I had mentioned a bit ago. Okay, so pretty much the very first one we're going to work with, there's at the top here, you have the option of using the inches or millimeters. I usually never use the millimeters. I always use inches. So this way, if I want that 3, right now it's 3 inches. So if I want to change it, I always click on the one to the right, the height, and then I could go ahead and change it. Let's say if I want to change it to 4 inches, okay? Okay, that's what that will be, 4 inches. Now, if you switch it to millimeters, let's go ahead and do that right now. Then that means the height is 101.6. Okay, so one time I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God, what happened? What did I do? And it was because this little button was switched over there. Okay, so that's just the difference between those two. Okay, the next buttons we will be working with are the X and the Y button, which is right here. And these buttons, you're going to use this to change the placement of an image, a group, or your cursor where it's located on your mat. So saying, for example, if I want my heart, let me move it here so you could see it move, okay? If I want my mat to be on, like over here in this area, like the 1 inch, and then I'm going to, say for example, if I want it to be like all the way in the corner, 1 inch by 1 inch, I'm going to go ahead and switch that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the X, and I'm going to tap on my number, and I'm going to change it to 1 inch. You see how it moved over? It's on the 1 inch line right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and move the Y to the 1 inch also. Okay, you see how it moved itself right there? So now it's on the 1 inch. So say for example, I always count these are all 1 inch, 2 inch each square. So here goes 1 inch there on your Y, and then on your X is 1 inch also. I hope that makes sense. Pretty much how you could, this is all based on the bottom left of your image, okay? So if you want it to be up this way, you want it to be like on the right side. So say for example, when you're putting in your mat in the machine, you know how you're gonna have to put your paper on the left side, okay? But if you want it on the right side, you're gonna go ahead and change your Y button. We're going to change it to 8, and it will move up, but it looks like it's too big, so we're going to go ahead and bring it down a tad. We're going to change it to 7 instead. Okay, you see how it's perfect in there? So let me go ahead and zoom in so you could see this. When you zoom in once, you'll be able to see all the numbers on the sides of your on your mat, because when you unzoom it, it just says 2, 4, 6, 8, but when you zoom it in, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll be able to see. So it's right here. Let me go ahead. You see how the left side of the heart here is on the 1 inch line. You see right there, 1 inch, and then you move it down. And then on the left side here, it's on the 7-inch line right there. So 1 inch and 7 inch, okay? And this actual feature is perfect for just doing exactly what it is, to be precise about where exactly you want this image on your paper, so on your mat, so this way it's easier for you to place your cardstock on your mat. So I hope that really makes sense, okay? All right. Okay, so that's that feature. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the width and the height. So pretty much basically what this is. Now, if you want, okay, obviously the width is this way. So saying right now it's 5.10 the width. So you could go ahead and change the width of this, saying, for example, if you want it, let's see, 3 inches. Okay, so if you change it to 3 inches, it will get smaller, so it'll stay proportionate, okay? Now, if you want it, the height to be higher, you could go ahead and change that to 3 inches, because right now it's 2.35. We're going to change it to 3, but keep in mind that it will get wider at the same time. So that's when this little, you see this little yellow link right there, that's called the aspect ratio, okay? When it's yellow, that means that when you change the size on your image, it will stay proportionate, okay? I've had this question come up a lot. Now, saying, for example, let me go ahead and give you an example. Let me get something from the George cartridge here. Let's go ahead and get the word thanks, okay? Okay, you see we have the word thanks here. Now what I want to do, let me zoom in for you also. What I want to do, I want to make sure that my thanks fits perfectly into this heart, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I want to click on my blue image here, because I want to make sure the part is blue, which is going to be the heart. I want to make sure that part is blue, because that's the one I'm going to resizing for my thanks to fit perfectly in there, okay? So what I want to do is I want to get this the aspect ratio here. I'm going to turn it off, and it's going to turn white. So that means when I change the width, I'm going to change the width to 4 inches. So now did you notice how it only got wider? It didn't go higher, only because I'm customizing it for it to fit this word thanks in there perfectly. Okay? Now, saying, for example, I figure, you know what, I could go a little bit shorter on the height. Let's change the height to, let's say 2 3/4, let's just say. So 2.75. So this way you could kind of hug the word thanks just a little bit better. And that's exactly what it is. So pretty much the aspect ratio link, once you turn it off, you could customize the size to what you want it to be. When it's on yellow, and if you change any of the width or the height, it will change, it will stay proportionate. Okay, so those are the features here today that I wanted to show you. I hope that answered some of your questions. Stay tuned for probably, let's see, I'll probably have another Gypsy how-to video. It will be very soon. I don't want to say when, just in case it doesn't happen, okay? But keep those questions coming. I'm not ignoring you. I'm keeping a log of all the questions just to make sure that I do get around to every single one of them, okay? So, like I said, I will be having my last video will be on a Q&A, and it will answer all of your questions. And that's about it. You could go ahead and email me at creativeTimeForMe@gmail.com. Email me any of your questions. And I will see you back here tomorrow for a very fun blog hop that we are having, okay? Have a great day and happy Halloween. Bye-bye.